Assalamu alaikum students. Standard 5 Subject Environmental Studies Chapter 10 Getting to Know India. Look at the map in your textbook. It shows different rivers in India. You must be familiar with some of the names. They are often mentioned in patriotic songs. Our country is rich with many rivers, mountains and plateaus. So here students, example one of the example I have taken over here from our national anthem, and in this sentence the highlighted part what you see here, the name of rivers and mountains you will see: Vindhya, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga. So here today in this chapter we will learn about different map reading. We will see how to find um, uh, how what locations are there, and about the mountains, plains and rivers, how it is given in the map, how it is mentioned, how one can find see that and find that. So we will learn about that. Some of them have been shown on the map. Which of the names given on the map seems familiar? Where have you read them on the map? Encircle the names you know. Now here the map what you see over here. So what is given here, you have to find the names of the river which are familiar to you. You have heard about them. So that map, that names you have to find and you have to circle them. So let us see in this short video how to find the names of river. So here, students, on page number 44, India's map is given of major rivers. Here towards this side you will observe direction is given north, west, east and south. So you will get the directions properly. As I move the map, first we will see few maps which are mentioned here towards the east side of the country. Here you will observe different rivers which is mentioned, and here below the India, below it, the map, you will observe here Bay of Bengal is there, Andaman and Nicobar is there, and different rivers which are and its tributaries which are there, which are flowing through India. So here in Himalaya, there where Himalaya is mentioned, there you will find Brahmaputra. Yes, various few more rivers are there. Some of them, example Hooghly, Ganga. So these are the rivers. Few more are there as you observe. So these rivers you will find it towards the east of India. Now let us move towards the west side. Here in the west you will see Narmada, Sabarmati, Godavari, Tapi, Bhima, Krishna. So these are the rivers that you will find in the west. Now let us see towards the south of the India. So here Kaveri you will observe, Tungabhadra, Krishna, Perivar, more are there, but few I have mentioned over here. And as we move towards the north of the country, the, uh, outside the country which the rivers are flowing, that also you will observe, and in the country, that is in India, the rivers which are flowing you will also observe that also. So Satluj, Ganga, Yamuna, Chambal. Here outside the border you will observe Indus, Chenab, Satluj, Ravi. Yes, So these are the rivers that are mentioned at different parts of the country which flows in India. These are the major rivers. So here you have seen few rivers that are flowing uh, uh, from outside, you would say, that are flowing from another country to our country and its tributaries. You will see them also, and you will see more rivers in the map, but which I was familiar according how with the rivers which you are familiar, that you have to mention. So here you will see I have encircled some of the maps rivers in the map which I am familiar with. So you want example I have written over here, you can circle it in your book also with the pencil. So on page number uh, textbook page number 44, this map is given of major rivers, and as I have encircled the river's name over here on the map, I have written it on the this side of the map also, so you can find those names and circle it down. Indus, Chenab, Jhelum, these are the rivers that are flowing in our country, and which I am also familiar with, as I have read in the books and somewhere I have come across with these names, so I know about them. Ravi, Satluj, Ganga, Yamuna, Chambal, Luni, Narmada, Sabarmati, Tapi, Godavari, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, Hooghly, Brahmaputra. Many more are there. So here are some of the rivers that I have encircled in the map. Moving on to the next, study the physical map of India carefully and answer the question. So now for this, I want each and every student to sit with the pencil and your textbook. Earlier also in the map what we have done of encircling the rivers, that also you have to circle it with the pencil, and here along with this you need a book also. So as we are doing the questions, you write down the answers, and while writing down the notes in chapter, writing down the notes of chapter in the notebook, you have to write down these answers and question of map in your notebook as well. So this is the physical map of India, and let us see what are the questions based on it, and let us see how to find the answers. So, so students, this is the page of your textbook, page number 45. Here you will observe the physical map of India, different in the index box you will see altitude space meter. You will observe in meters it is given, the scale is given starting from green color. Different color variations are given at different height in meters. And here you will find down below the map, you will find some questions. 6 questions are given over here, and few are given at the back side, that is on page number 46 over here. Till 11 questions are there in all. Now what is the question given over here? Study the physical map of India carefully and answer the questions. Now here we are going to observe the map of which is given over here, and then we are going to write down the answers, and along with this we will do the marking of the places. Example, here in the first question it is asking about mountains, second question it is asking about hills, and in third question it is asking about plateau. So these types of markings we are going to do in the map. So you have to sit with your pencil and textbook along with you and do the marking as I show. So what is the first question over here? Find the mountains and name them. So let us find the mountains what we see over here, and then we will mark the mountains. As I zoom the picture, you will observe the map names very clearly. See, the first you will find the Great Himalayan Range. Here towards the northern side of the country. Then you will observe different mountains over here. Just see the map very carefully. What are the different mountains that you see? You will see over here Jaskara mountain. Yes, then Shivalik range you will see over here. Then more you will observe over here also down. Aravali range you will observe. Then here Satpura range you will see. Then Vindhya range you will see over here. Yes, now we will move down towards the next. Down you will observe Sahyadri range you will observe. Yes, then here Eastern Ghat you will see here. Eastern Ghats. Then Western Ghats. Some more you will observe. Here you will observe Harish Chandra range. Here you will observe Harish Chandra range over here. So this way you will observe the mountains. Now let us see the next question which is given, that is the second question. Name the hills shown on the map. So we will start from south side. From here we will start and we will observe different hills that are mentioned over here. See, Anaimalai hills, then Nilgiri hills you will observe, Mahadev hills, then up when we go over here this side, towards the east side when we go, you will observe Dafla hills, Garo hills, then Lushai Hills. Yes, these are some of the hills that you will observe in the different parts of the country. Same goes with the plateau. Now let us see the plateaus. You will observe, as you observe the map very carefully. In this map you will find different hills, different mountains, rivers, lakes mentioned. See here. Now let us see the next question. Find the names of the plateaus in the map. So now in the map we have to search for the plateaus. See, Marwar plateau you will observe over here. Yes. Then below we will go down, towards the down you will observe the different plateaus. Telangana plateau you will observe. See here, Telangana plateau, then Deccan plateau, Maharashtra plateau. These are the plateaus that you are going to observe. Few more are there. So here you have to observe the map and you have to identify the different regions, different mountains, different plateaus. You will observe the Chota Nagpur plateau here. So this is the way you have to search and write down the answers in the book. Now what questions we have seen in the map of encircling the places. So let us find and write down these answers. Students, write down these answers in the book, so that will help you to find the places and give you more information about it. And as we do these questions, these 11 questions, you have to write it down in your notebook as well. After we complete the notes, after the notes, these questions, 11 questions, you will write down, and the answers also in the book. So find the mountains and name them. So the answer is, the mountains are the Himalayan range, uh, Shivalik range, Karakoram range, Jaskara mountain, Ladakh range, Aravali range, Vindhya mountains, Satpura range, Ajanta range, Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, and Harishchandra range. Moving on to the next question. Name the hills shown on the map. Garo, Khasi, and Jantai Hills, Annamalai Hills, Dafla Hills, Naga Hills, etc. So these are the places that are mentioned. So in the map you have to circle these places. Moving on to the third question. Find and name the plateaus in the map. Answer is Telangana Plateau, Deccan Plateau, Malwa Plateau, Chota Nagpur, and Bastar Plateau. Moving on to the next question. Which rivers originate in the Himalayas and join Indus? Consider the height and write the direction of their flow. So now here you have to find the maps that originate from Himalaya. That means they start from Himalaya, and you have to write write from where it is, and you have to write in the height also, what it will be considered. So now let us see in the map, this picture what you see, I have marked the rivers that originate from there. Some of the rivers I have marked in the Himalayan range, and let us see the answer. The river Gilgit, Shyok, Jhelum, Ravi, Satluj, Ghagar, Beas, and Chenab originate in Himalayas and join Indus. The height is over 6,000 meter and they flow towards east. Moving on to the next question. Write the names of the major rivers which flow into the Coromandel coast. Now this Coromandel coast you will observe here in the map, and I have encircled the rivers which go and uh, go towards the, or which flows towards the Coromandel coast. So you will observe in the map the two rivers that I have encircled. Yes, the river Kaveri and Krishna. These are the two rivers that flow towards Coromandel coast. Moving on to the next one. Study the course of Ganga, Narmada, Vainganga, Godavari and Kaveri rivers. Note the slope of the land in each basin and write the direction of the slope. So now here you have to write the slope direction about it. So the answer is the slope of rivers in the north is greater than the slope of rivers in the center of the south. River Ganga moves eastwards. Vainganga moves southward. Narmada moves westward. River Kaveri moves eastward. River Godavari moves eastward. So the where their direction is, where their slope is, so that is mentioned in this answer. Moving on to the next question. Find the lakes on the map and name them. Lake Chilka, Pulikat, Lake Vebanad, Lake Rakas, Pengang Lake, Koleru Lake. Find and name the gulfs of the direction and the direction in which they are located with respect to India. Gulf of Khambat, Gulf of Kutch on the western coast of India, Gulf of Mannar between India and Sri Lanka to the south. So these all names you will observe in the map. So you have to observe the map very carefully and find the answers. Study the water bodies of the three sides of India. Find their name and write the direction in which they are located. To the east is Bay of Bengal. To the west is the Arabian Sea, and to the south is the Indian Ocean. Find the Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar Island group and write the names of some of the islands. So the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are to the east in the Bay of Bengal. Some of the islands are Port Blair, Riches, Archipelago, Little Nicobar, Great Nicobar, Car Nicobar, Little Andaman, Coast Coral Bank, etc. The Lakshadweep Islands are to the west of Arabian Sea. Some of them are Karavarati, Suhelipiti, Kadamat, Amini, Chettalat, Androt, Minikon. Which river basin is located in the northern plain of India? The Ganga basin. Moving on further, we learned about physical setup of India with the help of map and the questions given with it. Forest region, desert region, plains, mountainous region, marshy region. Our country comprises various rivers, mountains, plateaus, plains, islands, etc. The Indian subcontinent is surrounded by water on three sides and tapers towards the south. This is called the Indian Peninsula. Now, Indian Peninsula is what the three sides of our country is covered with three sides are river covered with water and water bodies. So that is called as Indian Peninsula. Our northern border is defined by lofty Himalaya ranges. Our country has forests, plains, and deserts. The Indian subcontinent is surrounded by water on three sides and tapers towards the south. This part is called the Indian Peninsula. Our northern border is defined by the lofty Himalaya range. Our country has forest, plains, and deserts. The expanse of our country is large. The height above sea level varies and goes up even beyond 8,000 meters. Therefore, the weather condition changes from region to region. This gives rise to wide variety of plants, animals, and birds. Similarly, there is also a difference in the crop cultivated. Wheat is the primary crop in the north. Rice is the primary crop in the south and along the coast. Jawar is produced on large scale in central India. This diversity has a significant effect on our lifestyle, customs, traditions, and culture. People of many different castes, tribes, and regions live in our country. Many different languages are spoken. We also see differences in food, clothing, and festivals and celebration in the different regions. Now here students, you will observe a map. Now you have to find the state. Now these questions which are given over here students, these questions also you have to copy down in your notebook, question as well as the answers, and for map you will refer to the textbook. So now find our state, color it with your favorite color and write the name of its capital. So now which state do we stay in? We stay in Maharashtra, and the capital of the state where we stay is Mumbai. So now whichever your favorite color would be, you have to see where Maharashtra is in the map and you have to color down with your favorite color. Moving on to the next one, which is the northmost state of northmost state. So now northmost means where the directions we have studied. So where is the north? Yes, Jammu and Kashmir is towards the northmost part of the country. Moving on to the next question, which is the southernmost state? Southernmost state of the country, yes, in the map you have to observe, yes, Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu is the southernmost state of the country. Color the state of the northeast in different colors. Write their names and their names of the capital. So now here you have to use the student different colors. I have mentioned the states and the capital of that state. You have to use different colors and mention it. Which side? Northeast side. So between north and east direction you will observe the map. Arunachal Pradesh, the capital of Arunachal Pradesh is Itanagar. Meghalaya, capital is Shillong. Nagaland, capital is Kohima. Manipur, capital is Impal. Mizoram, capital is Aziwal. Tripura, capital is Agartala. Assam, capital is Dispur. So these capital and the states which are given, states and its capital is given in the map. So you have to use different color and fill the color in according different color in different states. Which is color the largest state in yellow and circle its capital. So now in the map when you observe according to the area wise you have to see which is the largest state. and whichever it will be, you have to color it with yellow and you have to circle the capital. So Rajasthan is the largest state in India and its capital is Jaipur. What do the names in red letter show? So in red letter, what it is shown, where now you will be thinking where it is. Yes, the capital in red, wherever it is written, you will see these letters show that these places are what? They are the union territories. So in the map, wherever you see it is written with red color, that means that place is the union territory of India. India is a democratic republic. The capital of India is New Delhi. Considering the areas, Rajasthan is the largest state in India. It is followed by Madhya Pradesh. Maharashtra is in the third place. So according to area wise, if you see, so Rajasthan is the first, will stand at first. Second will be Madhya Pradesh, and at third place Maharashtra is there. Goa is the state with the smallest area. That means where the smallest state, as we have studied about the largest state, that is that is Rajasthan. So the smallest state in India is Goa. Apart from the Indian mainland, several groups of islands are also included in the Union Territory. The Lakshadweep Island in Arabian Sea, the Andaman and Nicobar Island in the Bay of Bengal, the coastal island near the Indian mainland. So these are the islands that are also uh, they are also the Union Territory. These islands are also included in that. All these islands have strategic location from the defense point of view. Long ago, forts were built for some of these islands of the coast of Maharashtra to safeguard the coast. These historical forts are known as sea forts. We can see several such forts along the coast of Konkan. So, along the coast of Konkan, we can see various forts, that is the sea forts that are built. One of them is sea fort at Janjira. So, this is the fort you will see which is there, and these forts are the coast guards. They are for coast guards of the country. In the Konkan, you will see many forts like this. We also notice differences in crop produced in India, produced in the different region. Let us find out where the coffee, tea, oranges, mangoes, etc. that we see in the market come from and how they reach us. Earlier in the first map we studied about the rivers. In the second map we studied about different mountains, rivers, plateaus, etc. Then we studied about different states and its union territories. Now let us see about different crops that are grown in various parts of the country and how they reach to the market, or how they come, where they come from, and how they reach us. So these question and answers what we are going to study, students, about the map, this also you have to write down in your notebook. See the map on the next slide. From where we obtained saffron, trace the most convenient route. Now here first you observe the map, students. Here you will find on the map you will find on the top there are different symbols given for coffee, mango, saffron, cloves, onion, apple, tree, tea, orange. So these symbols are given, that means these crops are cultivated at these places of the different states or the our country. And then international higher boundary and state boundary, capital, other important places, then national highway, then golden quadrilateral, south, north south corridor, east west corridor, major airways, major waterways. These are the different markings that are given in the index. So this is going to help us how uh, the routes which will be taken, and through which we get the uh, crop or the cultivated things that are grown, that is coffee, mango, saffron, how they reach us. So now the first question is given, what, from where will we obtain saffron? Trace the most convenient route. So the answer is, we will get saffron from Jammu and Kashmir. The most convenient route is the national highway. So from roadways we can bring the saffron, can be bought to different places. Now these question and answers, the students, you have to write down in the notebook. Moving on to the next one, in which state is tea grown? So now tea has its own symbol, the leafy one. So wherever it is showing, that place tea is grown. So in the whole map you will observe in two places towards the east side of the country, that is Assam and Sikkim. Moving on to the next one, find the route taken to bring cloves which into our state and trace it. Now cloves, how symbol is given, that you have to see where it is grown. If you observe the map very carefully, you will observe this, that it is cultivated in the south side of the country. You will observe that. So cloves have to be bought from Kerala to Maharashtra. We can use the highway along the coastline passing through Karnataka and Goa. So you will observe cloves grown in Kerala. Find the states in which apples are grown. Circle their names. So in the map you will observe, in the north side of the country you will observe apple, the picture of apple you will observe. In that place the apples are grown. Apples are grown in Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Find the route to deliver oranges from Nagpur to Bikaner and trace it. First take the east-west corridor for that connects the national highway right to Bikaner in Rajasthan. The path moves in the northwest direction. Moving on to the next one, find a route to deliver coffee and mangoes to West Bengal and trace it. Now how mango will be delivered to West Bengal and coffee? Let us see. First let us see about the coffee. Now coffee is grown mostly in the Kerala south side, you will observe. So Kerala, from Kerala, by the help of north south corridor, orange line, that is, you will see the orange line, up to Nagpur, and then the national highway up to West Bengal. Now for mangoes, how we will be using? Using the golden quadrilateral, that is the green line, or the part of golden quadrilateral on, and then the national highway, that is the black line. So using these paths one can deliver mangoes and coffee to West Bengal. How will you send onions from Maharashtra to Arunachal Pradesh? So how you are going to send, we have to write the route. With the help of national highway up to West Bengal, and then with the help of east coast corridor. Moving on, what we have learnt in this chapter, we studied India with the help of maps. We studied the landforms and water bodies in India. Through activities, we obtained information about the various languages, clothes, festivals, and other features of India. We identified some crops and transport routes in India. So with this we come to the end of our chapter.